back in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GT7. Kind of strange. I don't really do console racing games very often on this channel, especially in the last few years. I haven't really played GT7 much in the last few years. Just recently, I've been a little bit more interested in checking it out again, just because they've been releasing a lot of exciting cars and little improvements here and there to the game. I'm not a big GT7 hater, but this game does frustrate me to no end because it's almost amazing. It does a lot of things so much better than every other game, but it also falls short in so many ways, particularly with the driving and with sounds and the online features and stuff. So it's frustrating because the foundation is there, but there's just like little things they need to do, and hopefully some of those things can come to fruition with GT8, but we will see. They got to keep this game open and accessible to all skill levels and all types of different drivers and stuff, and I appreciate that. We are going to be checking out two new cars that have been added to this game recently, and it's going to be the 911 GT3 R and then the 296 GT3. I am recording this intro after I actually race these races, so I already know what's going to happen. I know how I'm going to feel and stuff, but I will say that the driving is frustrating in this game. You have tons of grip until you don't. It's like some of these corners, the car is just glued to the road until you go over the limit, and then you're on ice, and that's so frustrating. And then you got the way the cars collide into each other, and it's just bumper cars basically, which has always been a thing in the Gran Turismo series, but I really wish they could kind of improve that a little bit. Maybe they don't think it needs improving. Maybe that's the way they want it. You're not supposed to hit each other, but especially on a track like the Nürburgring, I feel like there is going to be some contact, and these little bumps should not be game ending at all the time. So anyways, enough rambling. I have turned off the jazz music. You're welcome, I guess. I don't know if you're into jazz. I particularly don't like jazz with my racing games, but that's part of the Gran Turismo, I guess, flavor. But let's get into it. There's some music. It's not quite jazz, but it's still kind of cheesy. Alright, no ABS in this car. Now, this is supposed to be the best AI you can get, and typically, dang dude, typically I agree with that. Sometimes Sophie makes some strange decisions, but they do have very human behaviors, and I think it's really cool. You don't really see them getting into single file lines a whole lot unless it just makes sense for the track at the time. They do take corners pretty slow, I have noticed. Now, as far as like, wow, this feels so weird. As far as how the car feels, it feels a lot different. I won't even sugarcoat it. It feels a lot different. I won't say it feels better or worse. I do think several things feel, I guess they do feel worse. So I guess I will say that. It's strange. It feels like it grips the road more than it should. But at the same time, if you hit something a little funky, if you hit a corner a little strange, you lose grip very easily. So it's almost like that super grip that this car has. And I say this car because I don't want to damn every car in this game. Wow, that was totally on me. It's hard to drive this and talk at the same time. But yeah, I don't want to damn every car on the game just because of the way this one's reacting. One thing that's a little difficult for me right now is this is an older scan of the Nordschleife, so there's like a couple little differences in what I'm used to. Most of my Nordschleife time goes in on AMS2 and Assetto Corsa Evo, which are very, very modern scans of the track. I think AMS2 is 2025, and holy shit, why did you brake? I know that car has more downforce than that. You could take that corner a little faster, buddy. And the Assetto Corsa Evo has the 2026 version, which this year brought some I would say controversial changes to the track. There's a couple of really high curbs and stuff. We actually just passed one of those. It's very hard to pass cars on this track, so I don't know what all I can say about passing people. I am no iRacing Nordschleife freak that can pass on any corner. I'm not that great. I am pretty experienced on this track, but as far as actual racing goes, Jesus, I am all over these curbs. As far as racing goes, I wouldn't say that I am the most experienced on this track. I'm more of a hot lapper, I would say. I guess I should acknowledge the fact that I am playing in VR. I do have a PSVR 2. That is the same headset that I use. I keep on like getting on the side of the track like that. That's not very normal for me. Yeah, so I use this headset on PC as well, and it's kind of all I have. I do have a Valve Index, but that thing's so blurry and obviously not compatible with the PS5 Pro. But as far as VR performance goes, it works so good. Like this thing is so plug and play. You plug it in, scan your room if you haven't done it in a while, and just play. That's all you do. And it's not that easy on PC. It's been getting easier and easier on PC, but it's not quite that easy. And that's right. Playing VR games on PC is it scares people off because I feel like the level of entry is a little higher as far as the skills go. Now, I do want to bring up force feedback. I am using a full Simagic setup, and obviously Simagic is not officially supported on the PlayStation. I am using an emulator called the Sigma Cortex. Since I have a last generation alpha wheelbase, I can still use that emulator. That does not work on the new Evo wheelbases, from what I understand. But I bring this up because I feel like the force feedback is garbage. It feels very bad, and I have tweaked some settings. I'm actually using Super GT settings. If you go to Super GT's channel, he used to be sponsored by Simagic. Now he's in Fanatec. But he has a whole video about his settings on Gran Turismo with Simagic equipment, and that's what I'm using. And I think it feels terrible. And I don't want to say that's the game. It very well could be just I'm using non-supported equipment on this game, but I quite like my equipment. It feels amazing on every other game that I play, whether it be LMU, iRacing, AMS2. And of course, content manager on this set, of course, being the best, but also the graphics in this game are really good. I don't like to judge them just on PSVR 2 alone, because I do think that the lenses on this headset make this game very blurry. Having played VR games on higher end headsets, I know how much better it can be. But for the money, you can't beat this VR package. It's a good one. So I survived so far. We got one more big corner. Those sparks are awesome. It's little bitty touches like that that make Gran Turismo games special. Just like the little attention to detail. Going up on the curbs is what makes me think that the force feedback is bad. Because there was a few curbs that I hit back there that should have, hurt my wrist. Should have ripped my arm off or something. And it's not because I have the settings low, because there was a few corners where I could feel a great deal of force through my steering wheel. But I don't know. Maybe that makes me think that it is the game that's not really punishing you when you hit the curbs, but I don't know. So let's get out of here. Isn't there a way that I can sit through the view? Yes, good. It was a little off-centered for me. All right, let's skip that. I survived the lap, so that's good stuff. So we're gonna back out. And let's go by a Ferrari. I have a little under 3 million credits. What got me interested in GT7 is one of my best friends, he runs a GT7 league. It's called Signal 13, and it's a really, really good Discord league. He does such a good job with it, and the people that race on that league are really stand-up guys, and they're very clean, and they talk to each other like they're all brothers, and it's just a really good league. And sometimes I get a little jealous that I don't have a tight-knit league like that on my other games. So, but I do know that the LMDH cars are coming out for this game in June, and my buddy is going to use those cars in his next season. So I've been interested in getting back into this game a little bit, just so I can participate for 2 or 3 races or whatever I have time for. That car is pretty. So this car I have been using like crazy on Assetto Corsa Evo. It's been so much fun. For me, it's been either this car or the Rennsport. And I forgot there's like a VR showroom. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool, man. I don't have buttons. Hang on. I gotta turn on my DualShock here. Or DualSense, whatever they call it these days. Oh yeah, I forgot. You like walk super slow. See, that sounds good. I was going to comment earlier that the sound in the races is not very good. Like the interior engine noise is this doesn't sound that good to me. It never has on any of these cars. I forget how to do this. You have to bear with me, guys. What does that do? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the car I know. It's a little bit different than the one I use because the one I use is the Evo, but this is pretty sweet. All right, enough of this. Let's get racing. Let's purchase this. Such fanfare. I do like that stuff, though. Wow, look at that. They got to dangle that stuff in front of you, right? All right. So let's back out. We're going to do the same exact race, just in this car. Germany, quick race, 24-hour, GT Sophie, afternoon, professional. All right. Here we go. Oh, wrong button. The music, man, the music cracks me up. Wow, this thing brakes weird. All right, I am going to... I forget there's not like traditional TC and stuff on the menu in here. The HUD sucks on this game when you are in VR. It doesn't give you all the information. Wow. So when cars bump you in this game, it makes you feel like your car is rubber. You just kind of bounce. And I know it's always been like that with Gran Turismo since like the very first game, but I wish they would kind of improve there. Oh, I just kind of dive on that guy, sorry. Alright, that's what I want, my radar. So can you not turn down your ABS in-game? It's just the bias and the TC? Or maybe this car did not have ABS. That's true, I didn't think about that. I know on AC Evo, you can, you've got like 2 different levels of TC you can manipulate on top of the ABS. And then of course the brake bias and stuff. And I should point out, I mean obviously the Ferrari is stock setup, but that Porsche was also stock. I did not change anything on that, which is probably why I came in 11th place or whatever it was. Wow, you're gonna brake, aren't you? Yep. What is that car? I guess I could change gears. I'm too focused on these weird cars out here. Oh God! Did I just go airborne? Okay. Smiley faces everywhere. I don't like that. Kind of makes me mad. Wow. I did not expect to go airborne right there. I don't understand why that happened. That was weird. That's never happened to me before. Let's see if we can at least catch up to these guys. Now, with this being an old scan, I can take this a little faster, right? I do like how clear the rear view camera is. That looks nice. I don't know if I can take this flat or not. Oh, I got a little scared. I'll lift it a little bit. The tire scrub is very loud. It's kind of, it sounds like I'm locking up my tires with the brakes, but I'm just turning. Catch up to this Peugeot, hopefully. So, comparing to the 296 that I'm familiar with, this car feels nothing like it. And maybe it's not a very good comparison because I'm pretty sure they are different generations. This one may be the last one. I didn't quite look at the... Wow, why'd you hit me? I didn't quite look at what model year this thing is. The road noise is so loud I can't hear the RPMs very well. He's gonna brake, isn't he? Yes, he is. Wow, 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 wow. They're so, like, unnecessarily aggressive. Did he keep going? I guess so. Did he correct that? And wow. I do like all the trackside NPCs and stuff. Wow. That kind of frazzled me. One thing that I forgot that the PSVR 2 does on PlayStation 5 is the headset itself vibrates when you hit a wall in this game. I forgot all about that. Kind of freaked me out. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, a lot of this is my skill, but I know I am not that bad at this track. I am doing laps around this track without incident all day, every day. I don't really have accidents on this track anymore. Unless I'm in just like a new to me car, and I feel like I'm familiar enough with this Ferrari to not do this stuff. And I think that kind of just goes to what I was saying earlier, like you feel like you have too much grip until you don't. It's strange. Like sometimes I think the reason why I'm all over these curbs is because I'm wanting the tires to slide a little bit, and they just don't. And it's not the TC kicking in because I'm not losing power. It's just glued to the road. It's strange. But if I turn it just a little bit too much, it loses all traction, and then you're done. That's just what I'm experiencing right now. I don't know. There's nothing scientific behind that at all. And I am no professional driver by any stretch of the imagination. I think I may try this one more time. I am used to like lights flashing at me when I need to switch gears, and I think that's why I keep on revving out my motor, which is totally on me. How do I change this? I can't remember. It definitely doesn't feel as fast as the other car, like top speed wise. Yeah, like right there, I should have been sliding all through that. Maybe I should just turn my TC off. Can you do that in this game? I tried. Alright. Let's do this again. Let's see. I don't remember what button's what here. I keep reaching for my mouse, like I'm gonna have a mouse cursor. It's kind of funny. Replays in this game are so good. Okay. We're doing it again. I'm not trying to win. I mean, I would like to win, but I just want to survive. What is that? Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have fun. Alright. Normally I don't restart races like that, but we're right at the beginning. And I'm trying to do something. Little, oh, Jesus Christ, that car just nailed me. See, that hurt my wrist. This game is putting out force, it's just not everywhere. I do wish you could do like legit practice quality race on this game. I mean, that's something I've always... Dude, does this guy hate me or something? This Peugeot? You too, man. What are y'all doing? I'm driving straight. Alright, let me get my radar back on here. I gave you plenty of room. You got this. The gear shifts sound weird too. One thing I noticed on that corner, right, that we just went on, is when you go up that incline, I usually use that incline to help me brake. Like I don't brake as hard because going up that incline also pushes, you know, it. Wow, this is crazy. It also slows my car down. It doesn't feel like that is as pronounced on this game. Maybe just a little bit, but it wasn't really there that much. Alright, all this like bumping and running is kind of pissing me off. I don't like that. It's starting to kind of feel like I need to take back everything I said about Sophie. It could just be that I'm on this track, but I know only certain tracks in this game are like Sophie approved or whatever. Don't do that thing again. It went airborne again. What is that? I'm not going that fast. That is wild. That car just caught air right there. But yeah, like not every track on this game is has Sophie AI. Some of them just have the standard Gran Turismo AI, or whatever you call it. Oh, that was cool. I could hear my intake exhale. So, I'm trying to finish my thought. I keep on getting distracted. You would think since this is basically Sophie approved, it would have the best that they have to offer, especially on the Nordschleife. See, that was cool force feedback right there. I had a lot of understeer and I could feel the wheels just kind of skipping across the road. That was pretty cool. Why don't I feel that all the time though? Again, it could just be that I'm using Simagic stuff, but sometimes I feel like I get a little hint of something great with the force feedback, and then it goes back to like some kind of like muted feeling. It's just kind of muted, really. It's a good way to put it. All right, let me do this. Yeah, these guys are aggressive. I know I have it on professional difficulty, but geez, they're kind of being dangerous. All these little beeps and boops and smiley faces and stuff, I do not like that. I don't know if you can turn that off. I would be willing to bet you can. I know everybody's gonna brake right there. I don't know why I shifted down to 3 right there. That was stupid. See, I just floored it in that corner, and I did not lose my back end at all. That should not have happened. That Peugeot just lost his back end. Get away from that car. He was being mean to me. That was a little sketch. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh. Probably shouldn't take that curb like that on this game. Didn't feel good. Now, you are supposed to get some air right there. That's legit. Oh shit. My bad. I thought we were trying to go fast right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to report to the marshals after this. Oh my god. My headset just shook my whole brain. Okay. I mean, overall it's a better race, right, guys? We got a guy up on the bridge. Here I come. Thanks, game. Yes, I know I came in 20th.